Oh my goodness, is this all of the Juki TL accessories that you can purchase for your Juki TL? What is this? That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, little paddles. Oh, there's just so much stuff. Let's go over every single accessory for the TL. It's David from Gigi's Fabric Shop, home to Juki and Janome Junkies. And in today's video, I am extremely excited to announce we are launching a 4-part series. In this 4-part series, we're gonna be breaking it down into 4 different parts. In part 1, we're gonna be going over every accessory you can purchase for your Juki TL. And that's, of course, gonna be all of the Juki authentic parts, with the exception of 3 aftermarket parts that we have designed and manufactured that we saw was needed for the Juki TL. In part 2, we're gonna be going over all the parts categorized for just our garment sewers. So if you're a garment sewer and you're looking for what accessories you need, watch part 2, because that's gonna be going over all those parts and kind of showing you what they're used for in garment sewing. So that's gonna be super, super cool. In part 3, we're gonna be talking about all the parts needed for our bag makers on the Juki TL. This is gonna be a super cool video. We're gonna get all the parts that we see fit for bag making, and we're gonna go over each one and what they're used for in bag making, so you know what parts you'll need for your bag making experience with the TL. And finally, in part 4, we're gonna be going over all of the Juki accessories for the TL for our quilters. So if you're a quilter and you're looking for accessories or what accessories you might be missing in your quilting experience, watch our part 4 of this video, and we're gonna show you every accessory we find is needed for our TLs. You are watching part 1, where we're gonna go over every TL accessory that we have to offer on JukiJunkies.com, just nice and briefly, so you have a visual and an idea of all the accessories that are available for the Juki TL. So just sit back and relax and enjoy as we list off all of the accessories for this machine. In case you already didn't know this, since this is an ongoing series that's going to be posted over the course of a few weeks, if you're looking for part 2, part 3, part 4, or part 1, check the description of this video. We're going to put links. If the videos are done, it'll be in the description of this video so you can watch all the different parts. And if you're watching part 1 and you don't see part 2 or 3 or 4, that means they haven't been posted yet. So make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below and hit the little ring bell, the little bell right there, and that'll actually notify you when our new videos are posted so you can watch them. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. So we're gonna start off from left to right, and if you see some exciting things over here, don't worry, we're gonna get to that. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. So starting off with the first item for the Juki TL, we're gonna talk about the trolley bag. This is a small trolley bag here. This fits the Juki TLs perfectly. And one other thing I wanna note, that all of these parts and accessories are going to apply to all Juki TLs besides the TL 2200 long arm. So if you have a TL, this bag will work great for it, and it's gonna be able to fit your machine and all the accessories you want in there. There's plenty of pockets and little compartments. However, you cannot fit the extension table in the small trolley bag. So if you're wanting to travel with your extension table, you'll have to carry that separately. Or you can check out the Juki trolley bag in the large size, and that will fit the extension table and the machine in there. So if you want to carry around your extension table, make sure you get the large trolley bag. Next up, we have the thick throat plate. This is gonna be a larger needle hole, so that way your needle can flex and move when you're sewing over thicker materials. Then we have the thin throat plate, which is gonna be great for sewing very fine materials. And of course, the standard foot, which is on the machine currently, that's another plate, so there's 3 stitch plates available for the TL. The standard one is just gonna be the standard hole size. And if you wanna watch more on the stitch plates, we're gonna put in a little info card here where we have a whole video going over stitch plates. So check that out if you're interested more in the stitch plates. The next foot we're gonna have for the TL is the smooth foot. This is also known as a Teflon foot. It has a very nice, like, plasticky feel to it on the bottom, so it just glides over your vinyl materials. The next foot here we have is the spring guide hinged foot. This is the right 1.5 millimeter. Following up after that, we have the hinged zipper foot 3 millimeter. This is a very, very popular zipper foot for this machine. Then next we have the hinged 2.5 millimeter. This is also a very popular. It's a little bit smaller than the 3 millimeter. And of course, like the plates, we also have a video just on the zipper feet. So we'll put a little info card in the top right corner for you, and you can check out that. Then of course we have the pack of bobbins. That's pretty standard. All the machines come with bobbins. They are Class L bobbins, so if you're ever looking for bobbins for your machine, make sure you're buying Juki authentic bobbins. It's crucial. And make sure it's the size L, mechanical bobbins. If you're looking for any of these accessories on our website, just click on Accessories Mechanical and it'll pop up all of these because it's for the TL mechanical machine. The next foot is going to be the foot for lightweight fabric. This is going to be designed for lightweight materials. And then up next we have the rolled hemming foot. Then we have the compensating foot extra short right 1.5 millimeter. Then we have the compensating foot left 1.5. This is a extremely popular foot. And like I said before, we're gonna throw info cards in the corner if we have a video going over any of those feet more in depth. So we do have a video going over just all the compensating feet. So we'll throw that info card up, or you can check in the description. The next foot is gonna be the compensating foot right 1.5 millimeter. Then we're gonna have the standard presser foot. This is what's gonna come standard on your machine when it ships. Up next, we have the 1/4" presser foot with a guide. Then we have the compensating 1/4" foot. Then we have our regular hinged 1/4" foot. It's gonna be a true 1/4". Then we have our magnetic seam gauge, which now we're getting in the seam gauges. We're gonna throw up an info card going over all of the seam gauges and going over them in depth and how to use them. We have a full video on that. This is the magnetic. Then we have the swing gauge and the T gauge. Those are both phenomenal seam gauges for this machine. Up next, we have the regular hinged foot 7 millimeter. Then we have our 7 millimeter presser foot with a guide. Then we have our compensating foot right 7 millimeter. Then of course we have our even feed foot, also known as a walking foot. And then below that is gonna be the walking foot guide bars. So that's gonna go onto your walking foot and it's gonna provide you a nice little guide when using the walking foot. Now we're gonna be getting into our free motion quilting feet. So we have the 1/4" quilting foot. This is for ruler. So when you're using rulers, you can have this because it has a high wall on the side. So you can press it against those rulers when you're free motion quilting. Then we have our quilting foot open toe. So this is going to be with a open front when you're free motion quilting. Then we have our side open toe quilting foot. Then we just have our standard this is a 1/5 quilting foot here. This is going to be for free motion quilting as well. Then we have our 1/4" quilting foot. And then we have our echo quilting foot. Coming back up here, we're going to get back into some zipper feet. This is the adjustable zipper foot for the Juki TL. Then we have the invisible zipper foot metal and then the invisible zipper foot plastic. These are two different types. They're just metal and plastic. Then we have our top ply joining shearing foot. This one is also pretty popular. Then we have our adjustable shearing foot here. And then we're going to be getting into some aftermarket accessories that Juki Junkies has developed. We have a roller foot, which has some metal rollers. That's also great for sewing on vinyls and stickier materials. I believe we have a full video on how to use and sew vinyls on the TL. So we talk about all the accessories needed for just vinyl sewing. I'll put an info card if I'm remembering correctly, and we do have a video on that. But I think we talk about that foot in that video. Right next to that, we have the stitch in the ditch foot. Then we're going to come back up here. We have the hinged piping foot, 3 millimeter. We also have a left 5 millimeter piping foot. And then we have a piping foot right here. And then we have a hinged cording foot. And then we have, of course, our Juki needlepoint oiling pen. This is a fantastic oiling pen for dropping 1 to 2 drops in all of your little spots on your machine. If you want to go over how to oil your machine, we definitely have a video on this, so check that info card out. Up next, we have a part that we're actually missing right now. We don't typically miss any parts. We have a lot of inventory on these machines, but we're missing this because it's pretty popular. We have the double fold bias binder foot. We have a 20 millimeter and a 38 millimeter. It's quite an expensive foot, but like I said, check it out on our website. You'll be able to see a better little visual of that. Up next, we have our 5 millimeter swing hammer foot. And then we have our tape guide for binder. This is a 60 millimeter. We also have a 40 millimeter version of this as well. Then we have our leveling plate. And then of course our foot switch stopper, this is gonna be going on the bottom of the foot pedal, which will totally disable the cutting function on your TL foot pedal. So if you're tired of the cutting function, you can just put that on there, or you can watch our full video on how to remedy that issue with other problem solvers or different things such as the 2-part pedal. I'll throw an info card up for that as well. Then of course we have our LED light strip. This is from Juki Junkies. This is an aftermarket accessory we developed and designed and produced, and it's really cool because it's an LED light that dims, and so you can kind of control how bright it is. We have it on this machine here. It is fantastic. We love it. And now we're getting into some of the bigger accessories for this machine. One accessory that I forgot to pull out, this is a standard accessory that comes with your machine. This is just the extension table. This comes standard with your machine, but I figured I'd mention it since it's technically still an accessory for the TL, even though every machine comes with it. If you lost it, broke it, or you need another one, we also have those on our website. Up next, we have our quilt rings. This is our 8-inch, and then we have an 11-inch here. These are fantastic for free motion quilting and kind of keeping them in that small little area and keeping your designs really cool. We have our little quilter's paddles. These are great for gripping your materials when free motion quilting. Then we have this super cool extension cable. We're super proud to have produced and designed and manufactured this. This is an extension cable for your foot pedal that extends it 5 additional feet. So if you have an awkward table that you're just having trouble getting that foot pedal to be where you want it to be because the cord's not long enough, we have you covered. We have these available on JukiJunkies.com. The next thing is gonna be this little accessory kit. I couldn't go without saying this is for the TL because we use these all the time. We have scissors, tweezers, small scissors, very tiny little scissors, seam ripper, all in a little Juki Junkies travel case, I guess you could say, or a little organizer case, so that's really nice. You can kind of keep all of your go-tos right there. We have our mini ruler kit. This is gonna be for free motion quilting. It's pretty much like a little template, so when you're free motion quilting, you have something to kind of help guide your patterns. Up next, we have our J2000 free motion quilting table. You'll see that the machine's sitting in this acrylic table where all this stuff is resting on. It's amazing for free motion quilters because you can actually sew facing from that side, so you get the side open toe in your free motion quilting. We have a full video on this. I'll put the info card there. Check it out. Fantastic table. We have our Sure Stitch Elite. This is a stitch regulator for the Juki TLs, and it's going to regulate that speed when you're free motion quilting, whether you're on a FMQ table or you're on the amazing Breeze table, the tabletop table. So yeah, that's what this is going to be for. I don't have the box here because it's way too big, but there is a Juki tabletop frame where you can put this machine into a tabletop frame. We'll throw up pictures, of course, so you can kind of see what that looks like. Boom, you see it? Isn't that amazing? It's super cool. You can just throw it on your table and start sewing. And then we have the newest tabletop frame for this machine, which is a 5-foot frame. It's called the Grace Breeze tabletop frame. We'll throw a picture up there. It's fantastic. It's got handlebars on the top versus the bottom, so you can free motion quilt nice and easy with that. Paired with the Sure Stitch Elite, it's nice, really, really nice. I've seen a lot of people sew tons of quilts with those tabletop frames and the Sure Stitch Elite, and you don't have to break the bank and buy, a super expensive long arm. So that's always a great option if you have a TL. And finally, we have the EB1. So the EB1 is this big box right here. This is gonna be for buttonholes. So everybody has a Juki TL, and everybody's wondering, man, I can't make buttonholes with this machine. I need to buy an F series or a DX series just to do that. Well, Juki has officially came out with their own buttonhole system for the TL, and I can say it's amazing. We have been selling a ton of them, and every customer that buys them loves them. The cool feature with this is it's super customizable, and you can kind of make your buttons bigger, smaller, different types of buttonholes. And also you can use your heavier thread, since it's a TL, it's in a semi-industrial machine. You can use a Tech 70 and a Tech 45 when creating buttonholes, so you can make sure you're creating a long-lasting, strong buttonholes with the EB1. We don't have a full video on that yet, but make sure you just subscribe because I guarantee we're gonna have a full video coming out on that soon. We just haven't got to that yet. So yeah, there you have it. We've gone over every Juki TL accessory that we know of that's available for the TL. Of course, there's gonna be more aftermarket TL accessories out there, but this is what we stand by. All of the genuine Juki TL accessories is what we really prefer, And of course, we have designed a few that are aftermarket that we saw that we kind of had to have for this machine. So we did bring that into Juki Junkies. So just like that, this is a wrap for part 1. If you're interested in watching all of the additional parts, make sure you check the description of this video because we're gonna have all those linked. And if they're not there yet, they're not posted yet. So just hit the subscribe button, press that little ring bell, and we'll be notifying you when this next video or the following parts are posted. If you're looking for any of these accessories, go to jukijunkies.com. We'll put a link in the description. Of course, you can shop all of these accessories there. We are a family-owned business located just outside of Tampa, Florida, and we love taking pride in our customer service. That's the number one thing that we really enjoy doing, is helping our customers and making sure they are getting the help they need and the questions they need answered appropriately. So if you're looking for a machine or you have questions on any accessories, don't hesitate, give us a call. We'll throw up the number on the screen, shoot us an email. We love answering to our emails, so shoot us an email there and ask us questions. And like always, make sure you like this video, comment down below if you have any questions or maybe some accessories you really like or really enjoy, or maybe you just have a nice comment to say. Maybe you really enjoyed the video and you're like, wow, Dave, great job. We would love that. We love responding back to our comments. So like us, subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.